How you doing? Welcome back to 5-Minute Drum Lessons, where we get her did in 5 minutes or less. On today's agenda, ideas for developing your double stroke roll. Okay, so this one's a little more laid back. I'm gonna just share a few ideas, things you can do to work on your double stroke, maybe even a little bit the paradiddle. Some things I've picked up along the way that I think are really valuable and I continue to do to this day to keep building my technique, and hopefully it can help you do the same. So, yes, we know what the double stroke is, we're assuming by now, okay? And we can work on the double stroke roll by just playing it and just trying to hold it, but that involves a certain amount of endurance, and depending what tempo you're playing, it can be a challenge. So what I like to do is break up that just having to keep it going and going and going with a rhythm that's a little slower, or maybe some single strokes, or by just having something in there. And there's a bunch of rudiments that do that naturally, and we'll probably come around to looking at those. You can look at the 5-stroke roll, or the 6-stroke roll, or the 7-stroke roll to help put a little break in what you're playing. But today we're going to look at some real simple exercises. And if you start thinking along the lines of these types of simple exercises, you'll come up with more and more of your own ideas and your own ways of working on things. And I'm a big advocate of that, as sort of coming up with your own ideas and your own ways to work on the things you want to work on, but using a logical framework that we can apply to a whole bunch of different contexts. So basically, the first one we're going to look at, bar eighths, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4N, and then you're just going to play a double on each eighth. And but the count stays the same. You're basically playing 16th notes when you play the doubles, but we'll just try to keep the count the same. This is another thing that can come in handy later when you're playing more complex rhythms. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1. Okay, and you can take that at whatever speed you want. I like to demonstrate these slowly. I'm not super into, showing off, showing everyone what I can do, although I will do that if someone wants to try to call me out on that. I'm more than willing to rise to the challenge. But, we're trying to share information here. We're not trying to show each other what we can do. We'll save that for another day. So that's a great one. Bar eighths and then a bar doubled eighths. You can also just play a bar 16ths alternating, 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and then a bar of 16ths as doubles, 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1. We'll run it through, 4E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E. 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1. That's what Tommy Igoe would call a checking pattern. And if you want some really great educational videos, check him out. The Groove Essentials guy. Tons of amazing information from him. What else can we say? I mean, those are a couple good ones. I think that's kind of what I was thinking for this video. Last one, do a bar of singles, bar of doubles, and then a bar of paradiddles. This is a classic Joe Morello run through. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and doubles, 1, 2, 3E and 4E, paradiddle, 2, 3, 4, 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1. That's it. 3 cool exercises to help you work on your doubles, a little bit the paradiddle, checking patterns. Tommy Igo, Joe Morello, check them out. See you on the next one. Thank you for joining me.